Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. I took 3 trades this morning around 4 a.m. and right now it's about 5:25. The 3 trades were with Vyne, Atos, and Expr. I have them all on video. We're going to go over them right now. Vyne made a strong run here at the beginning of the pre-market. This is 4 a.m. and it gapped up over its aftermarket high, so that's a sign of strength. So I was just waiting for it to pull back and give me an entry. And the only thing I didn't want to see is that it pulled back below this candle. If it did that, then I wouldn't take a trade. So I'm waiting for a 1-minute candle to make a new high to give me the entry. I also pulled up ATOS at that moment to watch, and now Vyne, you can see that candle broke through the top of that one, and I took an entry. Also, side note, this is really important because this was a big deal last week. Notice I'm on the 1-minute chart and the candles are forming perfectly, meaning that they're not changing after they form and they're not freezing or anything like that. They were doing both of those things last week and it was very difficult to trade. I kept hitting refresh anyway just to make sure, but I never once saw anything change after I hit refresh, so that was a good sign that everything is now working properly. And Webull has updated this version. It was 3.22.19, now it's 3.22.20, so make sure you have the current version downloaded. Alright, so now I'm in this stock. 310 is my entry, my stop loss is 294. And my profit target was 342, I believe. I just did like a quick guess that it was 340 before I formally put everything in my 2-hour calculator. Now at this point, I'm thinking this is going to work out. It's running up pretty nicely here, making higher highs and higher lows. And the only thing is that this is a really deep pullback, probably like 98% or something. And when that happens, the stock isn't going to go back up as high. Definitely won't break this high, but it should go back up. So it still looked like a good setup and a high probability of giving me 2R. But you can see now it's just trading sideways, chopping around. And now once it gets back to my entry, I cancel that limit order. That way if it does hit my stop, I can get out really quick with my hotkeys. If that limit order is out there and I trigger my hotkeys to sell, it won't sell because I already have a sell order out there. So as this thing's chopping around, I'm also watching ATOS, looking for an entry there because it's now just starting to pull back. And EXPR was climbing the pre-market top gainers list by volume. I think it was number 4 at this point, so I pulled it up just to keep an eye on it. It was trading pretty hot in the aftermarket on Friday. Okay, so there you saw me take the entry on the ATOS when that candle broke the high of this one. So I was filled there at 244, and my stop loss was 234, I believe. Or 230, we'll see in just a second. There's my limit orders, 258. Yeah, stop loss is 237. So this thing's starting to push up. It's looking good. But I'm still obviously keeping an eye over here. And now same thing happens over here as it comes back down to my entry, so I have to get rid of that order just in case I get stopped out. There, so 237, that was my stop. I hit sell all and got filled at 237. There, you can see I got filled at 237. So it's unfortunate it failed, but at least I got, I took my stop in the exact spot that I wanted to. So still in Vyne. So now it's coming down really close to my stop. and my stop is 1 cent below this line. There, it got stopped out. Oh, and this one, I think I hit the wrong thing at first, so it didn't trigger. So I got filled at 295 instead of 294. So it saved me 1 cent per share. So now at this point, I'm down $3.02 after those first 2 trades. But after only failing 2 trades, I'm allowed to take one more, because my rule is 3 strikes, you're out, basically. So I did have QTT up there for a second, but it was a much larger float size than I like to trade, so I got rid of it. And so EXPR was the only one, and I'm just waiting for one of these candles to make a new high. There. So I think 267 was my ideal entry. I got filled at 269. So using my 2R calculator, I calculated my profit target, which was 285. My stop loss was 261. And so this one did some choppy stuff too, and then popped there. Then popped right back down, chopping around my entry. So now now after this big pop, I put my limit order back out there, which you really want to do that because if you rely on your hotkeys, a lot of times what will happen is, like, let's say it pops up to the 285, you hit your sell button on your hotkeys, and even if you do it extremely fast, right when you see that 285 price, there's a good chance that you're gonna get some either slippage, or the price is going to move really quick, like just as quickly as it got to 285. It might jump down 3, 4, 5 cents, and now instead of 285, you're getting filled at 280 or 281, something like that. So the limit order guarantees you get filled where you want to, or it doesn't fill you, and you'll see that in action in just a second here. This does give a little pullback here on this candle. Okay, here now it's at 285. So there I get filled, which kind of surprised that it didn't hit 286 before it filled me. But the only criteria is that the bid has to be at 285. So the bid was 285, so it filled me. And now it jumped through 289. So I did, you might have noticed that I only sold 75% there, because, which I shouldn't have done. I was thinking in my mind, maybe this thing will run hard and have some shares left, and maybe I can recoup some of the money I lost on the first 2 trades. But the likelihood of that happening is not that great. So I should have just sold 100% of my shares at the target, the 285. And I was thinking all of that stuff while I was in this trade too. So as soon as it popped up a little higher, I hit my sell half keys. Probably should have hit sell all right there, and sold 2 at 287. So 2 cents above my target. And then it started to come down, and I thought, yeah, I should have just done what I'm supposed to be doing, which is selling all of my shares at the 2R target. So when it came back up to 285, I hit my sell all keys to get the rest out, and got filled at 283. So the average exit was 285 overall. So it ended up being the same thing. So that's it for that trade. That's all 3 trades. And so I made $2.34 off of the express trade, and lost 107 and 197 on the other 2. So I'm still red on the day, but I was red over $3. Now I'm only red 70 cents. And the only reason why this 1 2R trade doesn't cancel out these 2 1R trades is because the risk was a little bit different on that first trade. It was pretty high. for over 5% risk, and the others were right around 3%. But still, one green trade, two red trades, and I'm almost break even. So it's not too bad. That's the power of the 2-hour trading. Of course, I wish I was green, but I'm just glad that one of the trades worked out, because it's been tough trading lately. And you might notice that this number is a little higher than it should be if you watched Friday's video, and that's because I did go back on Friday and take a couple of trades in the aftermarket and made $1.44 after 2 trades. One was red and one was green on EXPR. So basically just recouped some of my losses, because I think I was down like 675 or something like that on Friday. So that's what's going on there with that number. All right, guys, hopefully this helped you. Let me know if you have any questions about this trade or any others, and make sure that no matter what, you're trading your plan, you're sticking to your strategy, following your rules. You're always taking your stop losses and always taking your profit target. Follow those rules and you won't blow up your account. All right, take care.